I work less than you, yes. That's true. Actually, I work like 10 times less than you. And I still make 10 times more than you. So I'll ask y'all, you want Seth Rollins money or Tribal Chief money? Well, you need a highlighter? What are you doing? You thumbing through this thing? Go to page 4, clause 5. Hey, buddy, this is TV today, Junior. Let's go.
Roman Reigns just walked into the house that CM Punk and Cody Rhodes built, and he didn't come to play nice. He came with a warning so chilling it left both champions looking over their shoulders. War Games are just days away, but the real war, it might have already started.
You see, it feels like old times. You sound like old times, but it's not old times anymore. I'm not the same guy as I used to be. But Cody predicted it a year and a half ago.
Jay is gonna leave you. Jimmy will leave you too. Solo leaves you too. This man, well, he becomes an advocate again. So there you'll be, a man without a family.
They followed through on the things Cody said. They took everything from me. Tell him no.
No, my tribal chief, I can't do that.
Oh my God!
I don't have anything to lose.
Like I'm supposed to be surprised.
If you're ready to dive deep into what just went down, hit that like button, smash subscribe, and let's get into it. Before we get to the warning that's breaking the internet, let's set the stage. On Raw, Cody Rhodes did something unexpected. He extended his hand to Roman Reigns, a gesture of unity, a truce before War Games. The crowd held its breath. For a moment, it seemed like the tribal chief might actually accept.
And it ain't no secret, I made multiple millions of dollars by whooping John Cena, by whooping KO, because that's who I am and that's what I do.
But then, everything changed. CM Punk's music hit. He walked out with that signature smirk, microphone in hand, and immediately started playing mind games. Punk told Roman he was glad Cody has your word, but made it clear he doesn't need Roman's word. Why? Because Punk claims he saved Roman's life last year at War Games.
So I'm just here to say that I'm glad Cody's got your word. Me, personally, I don't need your word.
Punk, I saved your life last year at War Games, and then, 4 months later, you ruined mine.
Remember last year at War Games when I saved your life?
Saved my life, and then 4 months later, you ruined it.
So I ruined your life to give you a reason to stab me in the back, but I'm honestly not worried about you doing that, because if you stab me in the back...
Roman fired back instantly, reminding Punk of the betrayal that followed. The tension was electric. Punk then turned his attention to Cody, questioning whose team this really is. Punk, this isn't SmackDown. This isn't the USA Network. This is Raw. This is Netflix. You can be the quarterback on Fridays, but here, I'm the champ.
Reigns, the last time I checked, this is not SmackDown. This ain't the USA Network. This is Monday night. This is Netflix. You can be the quarterback on Fridays, but here I'm the champ.
3 of the biggest egos in WWE, 1 ring. And the fuse was already lit, and then Roman Reigns spoke. And when Roman speaks, the entire industry listens. Roman made it clear he doesn't care whose team it is. He doesn't like Punk. He doesn't like Cody. But there's one thing they can all agree on. Roman, I hate Paul Heyman, and I hate the vision.
I hate Paul Heyman. And I hate the vision.
The crowd erupted. But Roman wasn't done. He gave his word, his promise, that he hates them more than he hates Punk or Cody. That's his insurance policy for War Games. But then came the bombshell. Roman. And since we're being honest tonight, that title would look so much better on my shoulder.
And since we're being honest tonight, that title would look so much better on my shoulder.
The arena went silent. Cody's eyes widened. Punk's smirk faded. The tribal chief just put the entire WWE on notice, but here's where it gets really interesting. Roman dropped the mic and started walking out. Punk, not one to let things go, called after him. Punk, hey, are you talking to me or Cody?
Hey, you talking to me? Are you talking to Cody?
Roman stopped, turned, and with ice-cold delivery said, Roman, that's for you two to figure out.
That's for you to figure out.
Punk immediately turned to Cody and said, he's talking to you. Just like that, Roman planted the seed of doubt. He walked out without throwing a single punch, but he did more damage than any spear ever could. The show ended, but the drama was just beginning. Within hours, both CM Punk and Cody Rhodes took to social media, and their responses tell us everything we need to know about where this is headed.
Look, Cody, he's been a great champion, but if we did not make this place what it is today, he wouldn't want to come back.
Yes.
CM Punk would have not wanted to come back here.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have been desirable. We made this place the promised land. Me, the bloodline, the wise man,
Yeah.
we did that.
It was awesome to watch, man.
CM Punk's response. Roman wants to play mind games? I've been doing this since he was wearing a vest and taking orders. War Games first. Then we'll see who's really standing tall.
After suffering a loss at the War Games match, Roman and his team walked up the ramp, clapping and acknowledging the fans. Right behind him was CM Punk, holding the World Heavyweight title exactly the same way Paul Heyman used to do when he managed Roman Reigns during the Bloodline era. It turned into a funny moment for the fans in the arena, and a reminder of Roman's good old days.
Punk's confidence is unshaken, but you can sense the edge in his words. He knows Roman just created a problem, not with him, but between him and Cody. Cody Rhodes' response. The American Nightmare doesn't get distracted. Not by Roman. Not by anyone. War Games is about family. After that, we'll finish the story. Again. Cody's trying to stay focused, but that line, after that, speaks volumes. He knows Roman's coming for that title. The question is, when?
Setting up Cody Rhodes. Cody caught him. Rhodes middle of the ring. Crossroads. Cody's not done yet. Cody with another crossroads. Is he gonna do it? Can he do it? Is this the Rhodes moment? Come on, Cody. Crossroads. Cover. Finished the story.
Here is your winner, and the new.
We're just in a sleeper hole, man.
Yeah. Ed Koski brought that up.
We're just in a sleeper hole.
Sleeper for
but
sleeper.
we're having that conversation with the audience.
Yeah.
So as I essentially take my last breath, I have struggled. If you think of somebody, the natural causes scenario, or however we picture loss in our life, all of us have been through it. They struggle, they struggle, they struggle. They hang on just long enough to make sure to say goodbye to everybody that's been meaningful in their lives. And that whole day was so many unbelievably vulnerable, meaningful conversations.
Yeah.
Physically, I feel great. I think it's time to take that last breath.
Yeah.
And that's that, I hate to keep going back morbidly to obituaries, but like, this person died peacefully.
He's faced death with a smile.
Yes. And knowing that, like, man, we are in a good place, we're gonna be great going forward, and this is literally, like, the bottom of the t-shirt says, I gave everything, thank you for everything.
Yeah.
And that, in that one moment, that was that, going peacefully.
John Cena compares his retirement to facing death peacefully. Now, in his first interview since losing to Gunther at Saturday night's main event, John Cena is breaking his silence and explaining something that left the WWE Universe divided. Why he smiled while tapping out in his final match. The 17-time world champion sat down with Cody Rhodes and revealed the deeply personal story he was trying to tell. Let's break it all down. So let's set the scene. December 13th, Saturday night's main event in Washington, D.C. John Cena, the man who built a career on the motto "Never Give Up," steps into the ring one last time against Gunther, the ring general. The match comes to an end with Gunther locking in a sleeper hold, and here's where it gets controversial. Cena weakly taps out with a smile on his face. Not a defiant scream, not a heroic last stand, but a peaceful surrender with a smile.
I knew it. I knew it. That was it.
Here is your winner by submission, the ring general.
The fan reaction? Absolutely polarizing. Some fans were heartbroken, others were confused, and many felt it wasn't the ending the Cenation leader deserved. But John Cena appeared on Cody Rhodes' podcast, What Do You Want to Talk About?, and explained exactly what he was thinking at that moment. Cena revealed that his entire farewell tour was designed to represent the cycle of someone facing the end of their life. Think about that for a second. This wasn't just a retirement tour. It was a metaphor for mortality itself.
I think it's time to take that last breath.
Yeah.
And that's that, I hate to keep going back morbidly to obituaries, but like.
Here's what Cena said, and I'm paraphrasing here. He described the atmosphere at Saturday night's main event as almost overwhelming. They had to move the side ramps to fit more seats. He joked it was nearly a fire hazard just getting to the ring. The crowd universally cheered him, which he called rare, and they hated Gunther, setting up the perfect dynamic. But here's the key part. For those final 5 minutes in that sleeper hold, Cena said he was having a conversation with the audience. His loved ones were in the front row, his colleagues watching backstage, and he was in the ring, essentially taking his last breath as a wrestler.
I always attack things from a what's the story? What is our why? Why are we doing this?
Yes.
You have to start out with why you're painting the picture. I envisioned something beautiful. Saturday far exceeded whatever was in my heart and soul.
Yeah.
So I know I'm out there one last time. They had to move the side ramps in to put more seats, and it almost was like a fire hazard to go down the ramp. You cannot fit any more. I know it's an old wrestler story, but I'm setting the stage for why I was so filled with.
He compared it to someone dying of natural causes. They struggle, they fight, they hold on just long enough to say goodbye to everyone meaningful in their lives. And then, when they've made peace with everyone they love, they let go peacefully. That's what the smile was about. Cena said, "I've connected with everybody I love. Physically, I feel great. I think it's time to take that last breath." He even referenced obituaries that say, "This person died peacefully," and compared his finish to facing death with a smile, like Obi-Wan Kenobi from Star Wars.
Yeah. But I'm setting the stage for why I was so filled with joy. You can't fit any more people in there.
Yeah.
They hate the guy I'm working with. They universally cheer me.
Now here's where Cena gets really philosophical. He acknowledged that once you put your art out there, it's no longer yours. It belongs to the audience. And most people didn't get what he was trying to say, and he's actually okay with that. Cena said, "The audience didn't necessarily get it, and 9 times out of 10, they don't even need to get it. But if you go in with no story, you're just doing a stunt show." The bottom of his farewell t-shirt read, "I gave everything. Thank you for everything." And in that one moment of tapping out with a smile, Cena was embodying that message, going peacefully, knowing he gave it all.
With a smile.
Yes. And knowing that, like, man, we are in a good place. We're going to be great going forward. And this is literally like the bottom of the t-shirt says, I gave everything. Thank you for everything.
Yeah.
And that, in that one moment, that was that going peacefully.
He wanted to paint a picture of someone who had lived fully, loved deeply, and was ready to let go. Whether fans agreed with that artistic choice or not, Cena stayed true to his vision. Before the podcast dropped, Cena posted something cryptic on Instagram that had fans scratching their heads, a photo of a broken roll of quarters with no caption. People were speculating like crazy. Is he broke? Does he need change? Is he doing laundry? A reverse image search showed the photo was from 2012 and appeared in an article about rare valuable quarters. So what was Cena trying to say? Was it about his value being overlooked? About breaking down his legacy into smaller pieces? We don't have a definitive answer, but knowing Cena's approach to storytelling, it was probably another layer of symbolism about his retirement, something about breaking apart what was once whole, or the value of what remains after something ends.
And then you realize, I've connected with everybody I love.
Yeah.
I think it's time to take that last breath.
Yeah.
And that's that. I hate to keep going back morbidly to obituaries, but like, this person died peacefully.
Yeah. He faced death with a smile.
Yes. And knowing that, like, man, we are in a good place. We're going to be great going forward.
The 2-hour interview covered way more than just the retirement match. Here are some highlights. The 2025 heel turn. Cena admitted his controversial heel turn earlier in the year was a creative risk. Original plans involving The Rock and Travis Scott fell through, and WWE needed to create a moment at Elimination Chamber. Cena was willing to sacrifice his positive reputation to make it work.
Cena took a swing off bottom.
Praise for Gunther. Cena called Gunther relentless and spoke with deep respect for the ring general's "the mat is sacred" philosophy. He said it was an honor to face someone with that level of dedication in his final match. CM Punk in Saudi Arabia. Cena singled out a pre-show segment with CM Punk in Saudi Arabia as his favorite moment of the year, praising Punk for being accountable and the audience for being forgiving.
Well, for a long time, I really tried to, like, and the funny thing is, they think I'm some kind of rogue dickhead. I was like the best employee. I never missed a town. I made like 1,000 shows straight. I did all the media. I never said no to anything. I was like, all right, well, I knew I wasn't gonna get like anointed with the golden push or whatever, but I was like, well, I'll just nose to the grindstone this so much, that that was my mentality.
Jon Moxley, formerly known as Dean Ambrose in WWE, has sent a clear warning message to Triple H and the entire WWE Universe. But what led to this breaking point? Why did one of WWE's biggest stars walk away from a lucrative contract? And what does his future hold in AEW? Stick around as we break down the entire story, from the creative frustrations to the explosive podcast revelations that shocked the wrestling world. Let's get into it.
Why did Dean Ambrose leave WWE, turning down the new contract he was reportedly offered in 2019? Frustration, that's why. The former Shield member says he hated the bland promos written for him, the PG-rated non-violence, and lack of freedom to just be the lunatic fringe. Plus, he had a huge fight with Vince McMahon and says he felt mentally and emotionally exhausted. A refreshed Jon Moxley would make his AEW debut at Double or Nothing in May 2019.
Before we talk about the warning to Triple H, we need to understand what pushed Jon Moxley to his limit. In January 2019, Dean Ambrose shocked the wrestling world by refusing to renew his WWE contract. This wasn't about money. WWE had offered him a substantial raise. This was about something far more important to Moxley: creative freedom.
Yep, maybe he's gonna watch Jon Moxley go down! Jon Moxley! Look at the back! My God!
According to multiple sources, including Moxley's own candid interview on Chris Jericho's podcast, the breaking point came during a particularly embarrassing segment. WWE Chairman Vince McMahon wanted Ambrose to get rabies shots with a giant syringe on live television. His character was supposed to be disgusted by the disease-riddled fan base. Moxley described feeling physically sick every Monday, dreading what ridiculous script he'd be forced to read. He even searched WebMD, thinking something was medically wrong with him. But it wasn't a physical illness, it was creative suffocation. As Moxley himself said, for whatever reason, me and Vince together, we just create this explosion of goofy nonsense that I detest.
What made AEW the best option for you?
A lot of it was the timing and a chance to really not just do the things that I want to do, but like change the business. It's like almost like I had to. It was like the universe. It was like Double or Nothing, the timing of it and everything. It chose me.
Because when your contract was up?
And even that it was in my hometown, you know, there was like, there were all these signs pointing and I'm, you know, always had good relationships with a lot of the guys here. Because I was like, okay, what are we doing? What's the goal here? And I was like, I loved everything they said, from the business kind of plan to the ideas to the way we're going to do stuff to the creativity aspect of it or whatever. There was no reason to not jump on the boat and take this journey, man. A lot of other people would have, you know, swam back to the island, but I'm like, the island, man. Like, let's go. Let's find some new territory, you know.
The final insult, he was paid just $500 for his final Shield appearance on the WWE Network. $500 for one of WWE's top stars. But it wasn't just about bad segments. Moxley revealed something far more disturbing during his interview with Jericho. Vince McMahon wanted him to make jokes about Roman Reigns' real-life leukemia diagnosis. Moxley, who genuinely cared about Reigns, was horrified. He did one cancer reference under pressure and immediately regretted it. But McMahon didn't stop there. He wrote an even worse line for the following week. Moxley refused point blank, telling McMahon the line was so offensive they could lose sponsors. Someone might have gotten fired over it. This wasn't just creative disagreement anymore. This was a fundamental clash of values. Moxley told McMahon directly, I want to prove that your creative process sucks. It does not work. It's absolutely terrible. It's killing the company, and I think Vince is the problem.
The stuff I described in the Jericho about, it's just like, oh, now you'll come out in a hazmat suit. It was just like, this can't be real. Am I on some kind of reality show? Is this the new WWE Network reality show? Is Vince actually saying these words? Does he actually run a billion-dollar company? This is a joke. Like,
when he officially told WWE management he was leaving, Vince McMahon reportedly cried, but Moxley's mind was made up. He didn't even look at the new contract offer. He didn't care how many zeros were on the paper. He was gone. Now here's where the story gets interesting. Many fans assumed Moxley left WWE for AEW because of the money and opportunity, but the truth is even more remarkable. Moxley revealed that he would have left WWE even if AEW didn't exist. In his own words, if there were no other wrestlers, I would have just started my own promotion, started my own training school, and trained my own opponents. I would have reseeded the wrestling business from scratch if I had to.
I knew I was leaving, but I was like pissed about it. I wasn't like excited to leave yet. I was like bitter about it. I can't believe they're gonna make me leave. They're gonna make me walk away from all this money. Can we not just write one good storyline? Can we not write one good promo? Does everything have to be f***ing stupid? Does everything have to make me look like an idiot? 2018 sucked. 2019 is gonna be good. We're starting it off with a hike, fresh air. It's gonna be good. That was the day I was like, I started to think about what it would actually look like. I'm like, okay, I'll go to Japan. I don't know where in Japan, but one of them, there's a bunch of companies in Japan. I'll go over there. I'll go back to the Indies. Yeah, and I'll just like make my own schedule. Oh, that'd be sweet, because I'll be able to make my own schedule. Man, we could have free time. We could schedule a vacation for once, actually. This is going to be great. That's when I was like, oh, I'm leaving. It's going to be awesome. And then at that point, I got excited about it.
The timing was purely coincidental. AEW was born on January 1st, 2019. Ambrose's contract expired April 30th, and AEW's first show, Double or Nothing, was May 25th. Perfect timing, but not planned. What drew Moxley to AEW wasn't the money. He never even discussed finances initially. It was the connection with Cody Rhodes, who had experienced similar creative frustrations in WWE with the Stardust character. Cody told Moxley, "Let's bring pro wrestling back. Not sports entertainment, not scripted garbage. Pro wrestling."
Like, once I decided I was going to leave, I wasn't, like, happy about it for a while. I was pretty pissed about it. Because I'm like, are they really going to make me leave? They're going to make me leave, aren't they? They're going to f everything up so bad. I wanted that money, you know? It's not like I don't like money. I like to put it in the bank and look at it, you know? I was like, I can't believe they're going to make me walk away from all this money.
Moxley made his shocking AEW debut after the main event at Double or Nothing, confronting Kenny Omega. The wrestling world exploded. And in October 2022, Tony Khan announced that Moxley had signed a 5-year contract extension with AEW, cementing his future with the company.
He's not here to plug his book because he's my friend, and I'm not seeing a dime out of it, but I just think it's the best wrestling book I've read. Bryan Danielson, who is, I think, one of the most intelligent people in wrestling, in addition to being one of the best wrestlers, who will be in action this Wednesday and next Wednesday, and most Wednesdays and some Fridays.
Right.
He happens to think it's the best wrestling book he's ever read.
Wow, that's high praise.
And then he's read pretty much every wrestling.
Fast forward to today, and the landscape has changed dramatically. Vince McMahon is no longer in day-to-day creative control. Triple H now runs WWE's wrestling operations. And by many accounts, the creative environment has improved significantly. So what's Moxley's message to Triple H and modern WWE? While he hasn't issued a direct public warning recently, his entire journey serves as a cautionary tale. Moxley has proven that wrestlers who are given creative freedom and trusted to express themselves can thrive outside the WWE system. His success in AEW, where he became the second ever AEW World Champion, demonstrates that authentic storytelling and creative freedom can work in today's wrestling business. He's not just surviving outside WWE, he's thriving, working with New Japan Pro Wrestling, taking independent bookings, and playing his music his way.
Go, 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 go! Go get him!
Oh, my God.
Go get him! Go get him now! Go get him! Go get him! Oh, my God! Oh, but the car key in the eye! Good God almighty, what did we just see?
The warning is implicit but clear. Treat your talent like creative partners, not scripted actors. Give them the freedom to connect with audiences authentically, because if you don't, they'll find somewhere that will. And in 2025, with AEW as a legitimate alternative, WWE can't take their top stars for granted anymore. Looking back at Ambrose's WWE career, the achievements are undeniable. WWE Champion, United States Champion for 351 days, the longest reign under WWE ownership, Intercontinental Champion 3 times, Tag Team Champion twice. He's the 27th Triple Crown Champion and the 16th Grand Slam Champion in WWE history. He won Money in the Bank in 2016 and cashed it in the same night.
Anything's legal. Lesnar.
Oh.